In the wilderness of Sinai, beneath a sky heavy with anticipation, a mountain stood still until it didn't. The ground trembled, smoke rose like a furnace, and fire descended. This is not a myth. This is not a metaphor. This is the moment God came down. Welcome to Faith Unfolded. Today we journey to Mount Sinai not just to witness history, but to uncover a divine pattern. Because what happened on that mountain wasn't just about law, it was about love, fear, fire, and a future descent that could shake your soul. 3 months after escaping Egypt, the Israelites camped at the foot of Mount Sinai. They were weary, wandering, and wondering. What now? God had led them with cloud and fire, but now he would speak, not through a whisper, not through a prophet. He would descend, but first preparation. God told Moses, "Sanctify the people, wash their garments. Set boundaries around the mountain. No one may touch it." Why such strictness? Because holiness is not casual. It is consuming. Then came the 3rd day. Thunder cracked the sky. Lightning split the clouds. A trumpet blasted louder and louder. And Mount Sinai was wrapped in smoke because the Lord descended upon it in fire. The mountain quaked violently. The people trembled. Even Moses said, "I am exceedingly afraid and trembling." This was not a gentle visitation. This was a divine invasion. God came down in fire, not to destroy, but to declare. He spoke the 10 Commandments, not as suggestions, as covenant. Why fire? Because fire purifies, fire reveals, fire consumes. Throughout Scripture, fire is God's signature. He appeared to Moses in a burning bush. He led Israel with a pillar of fire. He accepted Elijah's sacrifice with fire from heaven. And at Pentecost, tongues of fire rested on the disciples. Fire is not just judgment, it's presence. At Sinai, fire meant, "I am here, I am holy." Approach with awe. But here's the twist. Sinai was not the only mountain where God descended. In Revelation 4, John sees a throne surrounded by thunder, lightning, and voices. It's Sinai again, but this time it's heaven. And in Revelation 19, Christ descends again, not on a mountain, but from the skies. Eyes like fire, voice like many waters. Sinai was the rehearsal. Revelation is the finale. And you are the stage. The fire of Sinai wasn't meant to stay on a mountain. It was meant to move into hearts. Jeremiah said, "His word is like fire shut up in my bones." Jesus said, "I came to cast fire on the earth." And Hebrews reminds us, our God is a consuming fire. So what does that mean for you? It means God doesn't just want to speak to you. He wants to descend into you. Not to terrify, but to transform. Maybe your life feels like a wilderness. Maybe you're camped at the foot of something daunting. But what if the trembling isn't fear, it's preparation? What if the smoke is not confusion, but presence? What if the fire is not punishment, but purification? God still descends, not on Sinai, on souls. He still speaks. Not from a mountain, from within. And he still sets boundaries not to keep you out, but to draw you in. Picture it, a mountain wrapped in smoke, a people holding their breath, a prophet ascending, and then fire. Now picture your heart. What if the same fire could descend there? Would you tremble? Would you listen? Would you change? Mount Sinai was not the end. It was the beginning. It was the place where law met love, where fear met fire, where God met man, and today he still meets us. Not with thunder, but with truth. Not with smoke, but with spirit. Not with trembling, but with transformation. So let the fire fall. Let the mountain quake. Let your heart become Sinai, because when God descends, everything changes. Thank you for joining Faith Unfolded. If this episode stirred something in you, share it. Subscribe, and let the fire of Sinai burn in your story. Until next time, stay faithful, stay curious, and stay ready, because the mountain still speaks.